The Colorado Rockies. Baseball at a mile high. The Rockies, before 1993. For decades, Major League Baseball bypassed the Rocky Mountains. Denver was a growing sports city, passionate and ready, but the altitude, the weather, and the market were viewed as obstacles. Still, minor league baseball thrived, and fans proved again and again that the game could flourish at a mile above sea level. By the early 1990s, expansion was inevitable. Baseball was heading west, higher than it had ever gone before. Era 1. A team is born 1993-1994. In 1993, the Colorado Rockies officially took the field as a National League expansion team. Attendance records fell almost instantly as fans flooded the stands in numbers rarely seen. The thin air transformed the game. Baseballs flew farther. Offense exploded, and Coors Field, opened in 1995, would soon become the most hitter-friendly park in baseball history. The Rockies weren't just a novelty. They were a phenomenon. Era 2. The Blake Street Bombers, 1995 to 1999. With the opening of Coors Field in downtown Denver, the Rockies entered their first golden age. A lineup stacked with power hitters earned the nickname the Blake Street Bombers. Led by stars like Dante Bichette, Larry Walker, Andres Galarraga, and Vinny Castilla, Colorado became an offensive juggernaut. In 1995, just their third season, the Rockies reached the postseason for the first time, capturing a wild card berth. But even as runs poured in at home, pitching at altitude proved difficult to master. The Rockies were thrilling, unpredictable, and wildly entertaining, but sustained success remained elusive. Era 3. Searching for balance, 2000 to 2006. As the new millennium arrived, the Rockies faced an identity crisis. Coors Field continued to inflate offensive numbers, while pitchers struggled to adapt. Front office philosophies shifted, managers changed, and rosters turned over. Helton became one of the most reliable hitters in baseball, anchoring the Rockies through years of transition. Colorado hovered between promise and frustration, competitive at times, rebuilding at others, still searching for the formula that could conquer both the altitude and the standings. Era 4. Rocktober and the World Series run, 2007. In 2007, everything changed. After fighting their way into playoff contention in the season's final days, the Rockies caught fire. They won 14 of their final 15 regular season games, forcing a dramatic tiebreaker, then sweeping through the postseason. Rocktober was born. Behind clutch hitting, dominant bullpen performances, and a roster playing with fearless momentum, Colorado captured the National League pennant and reached the World Series for the first time in franchise history. Though they were swept in the Fall Classic, the run became the defining moment in Rockies history, a reminder of what was possible in Denver. Era 5. Rebuilding and Reinvention, 2008 to 2016. The seasons following Rocktober were marked by inconsistency. While stars emerged, most notably Troy Tulowitzki and Carlos Gonzalez, the Rockies struggled to recapture sustained success. The front office began to rethink how baseball could be played at altitude. Pitching strategies changed. Analytics gained importance. Progress was slow, but the organization was laying groundwork for a new approach, one built on adaptability rather than fighting the environment. Era 6. A new competitive window, 2017-2018. By 2017, the Rockies returned to relevance. With a strong rotation, improved bullpen depth, and elite defense, Colorado reached the postseason in back-to-back years for the first time in franchise history. The team won a wild card game in 2018 and finished with 91 victories, signaling that the Rockies could compete consistently, even in the challenging National League West. For a brief moment, it appeared the long-term plan was finally paying off. Era 7. Uncertainty and Reflection, 2019-present. The years that followed brought difficult decisions and growing pains. Fan favorites departed. Direction became unclear. Results on the field fluctuated, and the Rockies entered another rebuilding phase. Yet the passion of Colorado's fan base never faded. Coors Field remained a destination, and the hope of another breakthrough lingered in the mountain air. The Rockies' story, still being written, remains one of resilience, experimentation, and belief that baseball belongs at altitude. Epilogue. Baseball at a mile high, the Colorado Rockies have never been an ordinary franchise. Born into unique conditions, shaped by thin air and thick expectations, they represent one of baseball's boldest experiments. From record-breaking crowds to unforgettable Octobers, the Rockies have carved out a place in the game's history, one towering home run at a time. At a mile above sea level, baseball is different. And so are the Colorado Rockies.